These are going to be my predictions for the 2025 NFL playoffs. Starting with game one, Chargers at Texans. I think it's going to be a close game, a well-fought game by both teams. The Texans, I think what I'm scared for them is they have not been playing their best football as of recently. The Chargers, playing in one of the toughest divisions, have been playing excellent ball. I think that the Texans' experience from last year will carry over to this year, though. With the injuries to Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs, I'm going to wonder what the passing attack is going to be like for them. The Chargers, I think, are better coached just because Harbaugh has been in these moments, even though it has been for a long time. I'm going to pick the Chargers for this one, and they're going to win in Houston, and they're going to move on to the divisional round. The next game is Pittsburgh versus Baltimore, and it's kind of both these teams. Can Tomlin go back and try and win a Super Bowl? Can Lamar just not be almost a one and done in the playoffs? I think that the Ravens will get this win, and it's going to be because of their run game. I don't think their passing game is as strong as it would like it to be, but I think they will do much damage on the ground where they will win this game against Pittsburgh, who has not been playing their best ball offensively the past couple weeks. Then you have Denver against Buffalo. I think this is going to be a closer game than most people expect, though I do believe that Josh Allen and the Bills will pull out this win, and they will move on in the divisional round. Moving to the NFC side, you have Minnesota and the Rams. I think Minnesota is a very good team. Obviously, nobody's saying that they are going to lose just because they're the 5 seed. This is not your typical 5 seed. I think Minnesota and Sam Darnold, they're going to come out with a chip on their shoulder. They just lost to Detroit, and they lost to the Rams earlier this season on, a call that they thought should have been called. I believe that Minnesota will come out and they will win this game probably by the third quarter. And they will move on to the divisional round. Then you have the Commanders against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is going to be a very good game from both sides. You got a young team in the Commanders, and then you have an experienced Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, and this is their 5th time in the playoffs in a row. I do believe that this will be a close game that's going to come down to the wire, but I believe that Jaden Daniels will lead a last-minute attack, and they will win against the Buccaneers and move on to the divisional round. The last game of Wild Card Weekend will be the Green Bay Packers against the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think this game is just going to be over by probably halftime. I think Eagles are just going to kind of blow out the Packers in the end. I know the Packers upset the Cowboys last year, but Philadelphia has proven that they are a very good team. Saquon is going to be on rest. He's going to play well this week. They know they can pass the ball. They know that they can run the ball. And the Packers really have not proven that they could beat high-quality teams. They went 1-6 in their division, and 1-5 in their division, and obviously losing to the Vikings and to the Lions, and I mean, you can't do that. So I think they will struggle against Philadelphia, and Philadelphia will move on in the divisional round. In the divisional round, you have the Chiefs, and you have the Chargers. I think this is going to be a close game, though the Chiefs are going to make something happen, and I think it's going to come down to a last-second drive. I believe the Chiefs will win this game, and I believe they're going to do it on the ground. I think they're going to do it on the ground more than the air. I think the Chargers are going to defend the pass very well in this game, and the Chiefs will have to go to their ground attack, and they're going to do well in that. And then the Chiefs' defense, who has kept them in games this season, will just stop the offensive attack of the Chargers, and the Chiefs will move on to Championship Sunday. Then you have the Ravens against the Bills. 2 MVP candidates going at it. I think this will be an excellent game. I believe that the Bills will stop Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson on the ground, forcing Lamar to throw it. I think Lamar is just going to make him careless mistakes. I think he's going to throw a few interceptions. And I believe because of that, the Bills will move on to Championship Sunday and play the Chiefs in the championship game. Then you have the Commanders against the Lions. I think the Commanders are going to be excited. They're going to be ready to go. And the Lions, obviously the top team in the NFC and possibly in the NFL. I think this will be a close game. The Commanders are going to just pass the ball on that Lions secondary. But I do believe that the offense for the Lions are going to keep them in this game, and then they're going to be able to pull away from the Commanders in the fourth quarter, and they're going to win this game by 2 touchdowns. Then you have the Vikings against Philly. I think Philly is a phenomenal football team, and they have a chip on their shoulder from last year, and they're going to want to go back and prove that they're a very good team. I think Minnesota's going to want to have another rematch against the Lions. This game, I think, is going to be the first overtime game in the playoffs, and I believe that Philadelphia is going to get a score. Minnesota's going to get a score. They're going to go to double overtime or whatever it is, and then Minnesota will just stop the Eagles, and then they will score, and the Vikings will move on and play the Lions in the championship game. Then we have the Kansas City Chiefs against the Bills. I think this is going to be a very good game. I think this could be a very defensive game, low-scoring game. And I believe it's going to come down to kind of last 5 minutes. Josh Allen will lead the Buffalo Bills to a touchdown, and then the Chiefs will go back and score a touchdown of their own, tying it up. Buffalo is going to go down and score a field goal, and with about a minute left, the Chiefs are going to go down, but then I believe that Patrick Mahomes will make a careless mistake, and he's either going to throw an interception, he's going to miss a wide-open man, or he's going to fumble the ball. He's going to do something that's uncharacteristic of his nature to do, and he will cost them the game, and the Bills will move on to the Super Bowl. In the championship game, you have Minnesota against Detroit. This is going to be a fabulous game. I think Minnesota is going to fix their mistakes that they did in the second game, and this is going to look like the first game that they played in. That close game. I believe that, though it's in Detroit, that place is going to be electric. That place is going to be loud. I see this going in. This is going to be our second overtime game, and I believe that the Lions are going to run the ball down Minnesota's throat, but Minnesota is going to pass that ball. Jay Jettis is going to have a huge game. I could see him having over 150, 175 yards with 2 touchdowns. I believe that the Lions, though, will get a key stop in overtime, get the ball, and go down, and they will kick a field goal to win it and go to the Super Bowl to play the Bills. You have the Bills versus the Lions. 2 teams who have never won the Super Bowl. 1 team who has never even been there. And this is going to be a fabulous game. I could see this is going to be our 3rd overtime game. I think there's going to be 3 overtime games, and this is going to be the last. This is going to be the 3rd one. I believe that the Bills are going to come out in overtime and they're going to score a touchdown. The Lions are going to score right back. I think the Bills are going to probably drive, and they will miss a field goal. I'm going to have them miss a field goal. The Lions are going to take advantage, and they're going to get stopped on 3rd and 2. And then on 4th and 2, Dan Campbell is going to decide to go for it. He's going to get it, and then they kick the field goal to win it. I know these are very precise predictions, but I have the Lions winning the Super Bowl.